This is Pat Walker, Admission Winners, doing a video recap of the leading index ETFs. You can learn a lot very quickly about the strength and weakness of the market and the sectors by scanning the ETFs. Also, I have to share this with you. This is a huge time-saving tactic. Why put your focus on a group that's lagging? Leaders produce leaders. Laggards produce laggards. You want to go with strength. So here we go. S&P 500 down on a pickup in volume. This was a telltale sign on Wednesday and another telltale sign on Friday. Volume pickups. It's also been lagging. This has never really been strong. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Right here. QQQ. Still above the rising 20. Now, this was a telltale sign on this day, on Wednesday. See the volume pickup? But it was still above the moving averages. And another telltale sign on Friday. Down near its lows on a volume pickup. Could this lose the 20-day? Sure, but it's still the leading index. Here's the leveraged SSO on the S&P 500, and here's the leveraged QLD, similar to QQQ. So let's continue onward. Here's the IBD 50 ETF, the ETF of the leading stocks in IBD 50, or the stocks in IBD 50. And, you know, it's hanging in there. It's exhibited some leadership, and so that's good. Is it as strong as QLD? No. No. Here's QLD. Here's the 50. Stronger. So, and also I'll tell you this. Here's the weekly chart. I have weekly charts always. I encourage you to look at weekly charts. Here's the IBD 50 ETF. Here's the NASDAQ 100 ETF. This sucker hit all-time highs this week, folks. That's why we focus on the leading indexes, leading ETFs and the leading indexes. Let's continue on. There's the 50 again. There's gold, just going sideways. This doesn't look too bad. Junior gold miners, it's kind of hanging in there. What catches your eye? In a crummy day on Friday, this actually closed up. These are the gold miners. Junior gold miners actually closed up on Friday. You can see these clean tops. Something to take note of. Here's gold, closed near its highs on a pickup in volume. There's strength there. So now there's three cases to focus on gold miners. Biotech, still hanging in there, but what catches your eye? Down on heavy volume on Wednesday, down on heavy volume on Friday. It's still above the rising 20, but there was some selling there. Technology, look at this sucker. It's still above the rising 8-day. Again, reinforces why we have been involved in technology. This has been leading for a while. Look at the frickin' weekly chart. This thing's in new high ground. You know, everybody saw the market's bad. Blah, blah. Well, guess what? It's our responsibility to focus on where the strength is. This has been strong. This has been leading, which is, again, why we, Admission Winners, have been focusing on leading technology stocks. Mid-cap, below the 200-day. No real leadership there. Move on. IWM, similar situation. Small cap, Russell 2000. No real leadership. We don't focus there. Mid-cap, MDY, another ETF. No real leadership. Move on. And again, folks, we don't have to overthink it. You just look and say, it's not that powerful. You're right. Move on. Oil services. Look at this sucker. Way below the falling 200-day. Do you need to overthink it? No. Focus on strength. Software. Sucker hit 52-week highs right here. In fact, sucker's at all-time highs, which is why we've been involved, again, in technology software. Steel below the 200-day. Is there anything really? Oh, this is good. No, it's not. Move on. Semiconductors, very strong. Look at the weekly. All-time highs up here. Hanging in there. Again, what is that? Technology related. It's got a nice shelf here. What catches your eyes? The last 3 days. The last 3 trading days, what catches your eyes? Actually, the last 4 days, what catches your eyes? It rallied up close to all-time highs right here on no volume, no power. Fell on a pickup in volume on Wednesday. Quiet day on Thursday. Fell on a pickup in volume Friday. Slight negatives. The trend is still up, but exhibiting some weakness. Solar's hanging in there. It's been a leading group, riding right above the 20-day. Good to take note. Small cap, the ETF. TNA. It's lagging. This is the 200-day. I mean, folks, look at this below the falling 200-day, then look at this above the rising 200-day, and it's been above the rising 200-day for a while. Oil. What do you think? This is the 200-day. Move on. Aerospace, below the 200-day. Move on. Biotechnology has exhibited some consistent strength. That's a plus. Home builders, just going sideways, no real leadership there. But I will say one thing. Until just recently, this sucker's been hovering over the 200-day. That's a positive. Materials rallied up, pulled back a little bit. There's really no clean spot right there. Communications above the moving averages, just lost it. What's communications? How would you describe communications? Well, I guess it's kind of technology related. There you go. There's the theme. And there's the phone. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. That was my son calling me from up east, northeast of here. So let's continue onward. Communications been fairly strong. Hanging in there. That's fine to see. Energy rallied up, fell. Really nothing there. And I'm going to really give you the good plot. That's the 200-day. Folks, move on. Financials below the falling 200-day. There's nothing to do with it. Industrials below the falling 200-day. There's really nothing to do with it. Technology above the rising 200-day, above the rising 50, above the rising 20. Again, why we have for a long time been involved in technology. It just tells you what to do. Consumer staples just going sideways, nothing to do. Utilities below the 200-day. I don't need to overthink it, do you? There's nothing there. Healthcare, kind of hanging in there above the 200-day. What's been the saving grace with healthcare related? Well, COVID-19, research on COVID-19. Consumer discretionary, it's hanging in there above the 50-day and 200-day. Everybody says the economy's falling apart. If it is, UNC consumer discretionary doing as good as it has. Look at that. That sucker hit all-time highs 3 weeks ago. There you go. Everybody reads the newspapers, watches the news. There's a tremendous amount of news in the charts. And what do we do at Mission Winners? We teach it how to read it. And makes it easy. Metals and mining below the 200-day, move on. Retail, now look at this. Oh, the consumer. COVID-19. By the way, I'm not dismissing COVID-19. Please don't take it that way. But 2 weeks ago, U.S. economy officially is in a recession, okay? If it's that awful, this wouldn't be coming up close to all-time highs. That's a plus. Now, am I saying buy it now? No. My point is this. Please watch the charts. There's a tremendous amount of information in price and volume. Focus on strength and you will outperform most investors. And turn off the news. Folks, I don't even have cable TV on in my office. All right? I don't really care. I don't care about all that. You can say, well, you're ignorant? No, not at all. But there's tremendous amount of bias in the news and it impacts your thought processes. Price and volume tell you everything you need to know. Finally, software hitting all-time highs right here. Look at the weekly. Touched all-time highs right here. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So what's it tell you? Was it all-time highs? Let me be 113.20. Oh, it missed it by a penny. Missed it by 1 cent. Software. And what is software? It's technology related. This is a routine I do every day at Mission Winners, just to see where the strength is and where the weakness is. And it helps guide us on where to look. We only have a limited amount of time. We only have a limited amount of capital. All of us only has 24 hours a day. Why don't we use it wisely? I wanted to share this with you, and I hope this helps you. Have a great weekend, and I thank you.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.